Today I'm with James Mason, the creator of Transparent Traders. Transparent Traders offers an advanced black box that uses custom algorithms and predictive AI to locate the most accurate day or swing trades. Thanks for joining us, James.
Andrew, thank you for having me.
Can you just start off by telling us a little bit about your background and how you came to create Transparent Traders?
So I started trading in January of 2012, actually on the continent of Antarctica at McMurdo Station. I started off working for the government as a contract firefighter slash medic, and I was down there with a lot of people who actually had backgrounds in finance. And I kind of came in already with an interest in the stock market, and they actually just propelled me with my interest even more, got me into trading, which ended up horrible in the very beginning because you always end up with that beginner's luck. I don't know what it is, but new traders always end up just striking that beginner's luck, and you think you know what you're doing, and then on that next go around, man, you lose everything.
You nailed.
So that's, yeah. So that's pretty much what happened to me starting off with trading. And as time evolved, I wanted to get better at trading, so I kind of started trying to learn, study, and got better over time. And then eventually, I was still working for the government. I was making my way around the globe pretty much. Ended up in Iraq, and I decided, you know what? I have all these systems in place for myself that I use. Why wouldn't I start bringing them to life? And when I was finally done working for the government, came back stateside, I just decided to, start building out some smaller tools to use for myself, and then kind of helping traders learn in time. And this is probably around the beginning of 2018. And at this point, I was pretty decent as a trader, and my tools that I was creating were actually being pretty successful. So I started releasing these tools to all these traders, and then I just realized that there was this demand for really, everything I was creating. And I talked to a buddy of mine who's my business partner now, and we just decided to start up a company. And we really didn't have any clue what we were doing in the beginning, and it was, oh man, it was just a lot of trial by error. It's one thing to be in the leadership role for like a fire department, even overseas in like a combat zone, and it's what you're used to, and I found my success there. And so when I tried to do this in a company, it just didn't job the way that I was used to it working out in a fire department. So a lot of trial by error and a lot of mistakes were created, but in time, we pretty much started working everything out, got everything going the way we wanted to go, got our algorithms up and going, and then officially opened up the Transparent Traders Black Box, which is an algorithmic system, and we mostly focus on swing trading for the retail traders.
Nice. So I have so many questions starting in Antarctica. That sounds like it could be a whole podcast in and of itself. So I'll try to keep us on track. Tell me more about the technology. So this best thing is when you use something and it works for you, and then you go create it for others to use the same tool. But what exactly are these swing trades, and how does your technology help?
It's a list of mathematical formulas that I came up with, and I did have some help with some friends when I was actually in Iraq, just honestly true geniuses, and they kind of assisted me and guided me in my thought process through this basic process of elimination to really kind of home in my algorithm. And essentially what my algorithm can do is, for a swing trade, it truly is predictive. I can, look at my algorithm, and it could alert me that, hey, Apple is going to be, bearish. And that time frame that it usually falls in is within 2 weeks. And when these things start to alert like bearish for a swing trade, pretty much what you have to do is just find your support and resistance and wait for it to break through that support in this instance, since it's bearish. And man, these things, when they start to move, they'll move like 10, 15, 20 points at times. It's pretty crazy, but it's pretty accurate, and hey, it's been going great for us.
So your users can subscribe basically and see what those swing trades are, which direction they're heading, bullish or bearish, and based on that, they can place their options trades and know with some degree of confidence that they're going to be on the right side of that movement.
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. So you've got this huge community. It must be working for them because you've got 20,000 plus social media followers. How did you get the word out that you had this tool and build that engaged community that wanted to work with you?
So in 2018, me and my buddy decided to officially open up a Facebook group called Transparent Traders. And it originally started off as a group of trolls. We were all trolls, but we were the good trolls. And I mean, I know that's probably, kind of an oxymoron, but we got tired of all the people on Twitter who were creating pump and dumps and just unloading on their followers. People who were just out to harm innocent investors for no reason at all, just to be, mean. That was it. And so we all just kind of grouped together and we just started exposing all of those just bad actors in the industry. And I started up Transparent Traders, and that's what we were doing. We were just bringing light to these issues that were affecting the retail trading community more as a awareness campaign. And then, people started wanting to know how to trade. So I started releasing free YouTube courses, which my first course was absolutely horrible. I really thought that I thought it was great. I thought it was honestly going to be God's gift to the retail trading community. And when I look back on it now, I'm so embarrassed of my production quality on YouTube. I'm just like, oh man, no wonder why no one watched it. So, in time we just kept helping retail traders out, and people started bringing in their friends, and that's really how we just grew. Up into the point where people were just like, hey, I want access to what you're using, what you're creating. And I was just like, okay. And we just opened up the company and started building our tools.
Wow, that's such a sincere way to go about it, because you're actually trying to help people, and you can build that trust. And then they come in and ask you for more. You don't have to push anything on them. They want to work with you. They want to learn.
Exactly. Yeah.
They want to take part in it. That's a great advice. I don't think you can really succeed at marketing without that sincerity, because nobody's going to really believe what you're peddling or believe what your message is. So tell us about the future of Transparent Traders. Where are you going to take it? You've got these algorithms. You've got this big community. Folks are using and investing and learning. What's next?
Okay, so my business plan, I actually have two phases. I've completed phase one, which, we know how Fintech is. You might be complete with the phase, but you still have your hands on it at all times. It's just, this industry just always evolves. It's crazy. But we're now approaching phase two, and that is us. We're going to open up our own social media network platform. And with this platform, we're going to call it Stockcast. With this platform, we're going to have it to where you get the social media aspect with groups. You can formulate your own group, run it how you choose, and you're going to have all the tools that you need for your research and due diligence. So, we're going to have anything that you pretty much think of for research. And that's the big picture for what we're striving for here, is to create a social network that gives you the community aspect while at the same time all the tools to help you find good trades.
I love that idea. It combines this social aspect that everyone is so excited about right now, using a community, using social media, with the traditional tools that an investor needs to do really fundamental and data-driven research, and puts those two things together. So that's incredibly exciting. Can you talk a little bit about the challenges of running a business right now? Everybody's bombarded with email. Things are always changing. We're on Zoom. Yeah. There's a pandemic going on. What's some of the lessons that you've learned that you think other fintech business leaders or business people in any industry really can learn that you've picked up on?
Oh, man. So with the whole pandemic, I'm not going to lie. I was terrified that, hey, this is it. We just we released our product on February the 3rd, 2020, and then the pandemic happened like 2 weeks later.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, oh my gosh, we're going under. Like, we just started. This is my luck. We invested all this money to build this entire infrastructure, and now this pandemic is going to just crush us. And the opposite happened. And it was a surprise to all of us. Like, we came out the gates and we were already making in the first week, we were making 5 figures of revenue.
Wow.
And every month, we've only had 2 months to where we actually had a slight pullback in revenue. Every month has just been
growing.
So there were some months it was doubling. I mean, so our growth has just been insane. But other entrepreneurs in the fintech industry especially, should realize is, hey, you don't need a brick and mortar, an actual building that you have to sit in to create good products. Everything is digital now. Me and my business partners, we live across the entire country, and we all communicate online, usually through Zoom or something like that. Our product is 100% online, and that actually eliminates a lot of issues for a lot of entrepreneurs, because back in the day, had this been the early 90s, and if you wanted to open up a company, you were going to have a physical building. So, just eliminating like an actual structure, that's just really the way that the world is changing now.
Yeah, it seemed like such a threat, I'm sure, at the time, but it actually turned out to be perfect timing and actually a much more streamlined way to run a business. I've got your website up here. It's transparenttradersblackbox.com. So if you want to learn more, go there and check it out. And I just want to say thanks so much, James, for being with us today. I'm super excited to see where you go next.
Andrew, thank you so much for having me on. And again, I've always enjoyed working with Intrinio. You guys have been great for me. You were my first data provider. Really, you guys have really helped me out tremendously.
Glad to hear it.